Hello, everybody. Cheers to the superb Saturday. We are here once again. This is the third meeting on chapter number 500 Dresses, part 1, where we are discussing how a young Polish girl was discriminated and bullied down in school by the classmate, where she is not liked by anybody in the class, where she is looked down on by the other students because her name is different, and where they found the name to be extremely funny and they would not care for her. They were totally indifferent and careless towards her, given that it is the duty of the existing students to help the newcomers so that they feel comfortable. So instead of helping the classmates of Wanda Petronsky, they went on to torture her, they went on to bully her, giving her a really tough time. Who had started it? There are always a few students who are so cruel, who are so inhumane for the sake of playing pranks, for the fun sake, they just humiliate others, they just make mockery of others without even realizing how irreparable a damage it may cause to the others, to the person facing it. So, Peggy and Madeline. Peggy initially had started all the fun, and others had joined her. So, the real culprit is Peggy. But then the one who stands with the wrong also is said to be equally wrong, and he's equally responsible for it. So Maddie is no less at fault because she is assisting Peggy in her wrong. She is said to be as a confederate to Peggy. So let us find out if why has yes, for last 2 days Vanda had not come at all. It is when when they did not find Vanda to make fun of, then they realized that she had not come for last 2 days. They had no other concern for her. They did not even try find out what stopped the young girl coming. So let's find out, why is Vanda not coming for last 2 days? Has she dropped the school? Has she left the school? Or is there another reason? Let's read it further. Peggy, who had thought up this game, we had read it here yesterday. So I can start from here only. I can repeat the paragraph as whole. Peggy, who had thought up, I'm reading here. Peggy, who had thought up this game, and Maddie, her inseparable friend, her confederate, were always last to leave. Finally, Wanda would also move up the street with her dull eyes dull and her mouth closed, hitching her left shoulder. Hitching the shoulder is sometimes it may be the tendency, it is a habit in some cases, and it also shows your nervousness that you are feeling uncomfortable. So undefined movements of body that shows that you are nervous. So hitching her left shoulder every now and then in the funny way she had, and finishing the walk to school alone. There was no companion of Vanda Petronsky. She would come alone, she would go alone. She was never seen walking beside any of her classmates or anybody in the school. Peggy was not really cruel. Now, this is something very, very important and uh, new. So, Peggy was not really cruel. You may not agree with this initially, yes, but some people they are not as cruel as they appear to be because, as per her record, she had always protected small children from bullies. Now, bullying is something we are talking about in this chapter, and this is happening with Veda. Now, this is a great deal of paradox. Now, how is it a paradox? Peggy herself was a bully, and she would protect the small children from bullies. When she was herself bullying Vanda Petronsky. But the fact of the matter was that she did not consider that as bullying, the way she mimicked and the way she made fun of Vanda Petronsky, she could easily justify her act. In what way? Let's read. And she cried for hours if she saw an animal mistreated. Yes, whenever she saw any cruelty towards animals, she would feel really bad and she would even cry. So we can easily say that she was not bad at heart. If anybody had said to her, now then others would question her, don't you think that is a cruel way to treat Vanda? Because you protect other children, but you yourself are so harsh and cruel to Vanda? Then she would have been surprised at this, though nobody had asked her this. But in case they asked Vanda and this Peggy this is how she would have been surprised. Cruel. Why did the girl say she had 100 dresses? Anybody could tell her that that was a lie. Now, why she was so ruffled? Okay, why she was so contemptuous about Vanda Petronsky? Because she really did not like the way Vanda lied every time she was asked about the dresses, the number of dresses she had. What was the point lying? Why could she not confess that she did not have many? So, this is what made Peggy uncomfortable. This is what added to her discomfort, and this is what instilled dislike in Peggy towards Vanda. This was something untoward, according to Peggy. Why does the girl not accept that she doesn't have many dresses? What was the point lying? Anybody could tell that that was a lie. It was a plain lie, white lie. Why did she want to lie? And she wasn't just an ordinary person, else why did she have a name like that? Now she disliked her name. But your personal dislike, I don't think should matter and would not prevail at all. Anyway, they never made her cry. And this is how she would justify her act of making a fun of Vanda. This is how she would justify. Peggy would say, ultimately, we never made her cry. So it was not to an extreme level. So that was not bullying at all. So this is how she defended herself. As far as Maddie is concerned, this business of asking Vanda every day how many dresses and how many hats and how many this and how many that she had was bothering her. She was not feeling bad. So she was not feeling okay with all this because Madeline was poor herself and she could easily put herself in the shoes of Vanda. She has a great deal of empathy for Vanda, whereas Peggy showed a great deal of antipathy for Vanda. Now, why Maddie was all the more inclined, and why was she experiencing this empathy for this girl? Because she was herself poor. She could better understand. She usually wore somebody's hand me down clothes. Now, hand me down clothes are the old clothes that are given to you by somebody else, having used those. Because Maddie herself wore hand me down clothes. Thank goodness she did not live up on Boggins Heights or have a funny name. Otherwise, she would be their target, like Vanda Petronsky. Sometimes, when Peggy was asking Vanda those questions in that mocking, polite voice, Maddie felt embarrassed and studied the marbles in the palm of her hand, rolling them around and saying nothing herself. Yes, now there were times when she would not feel equal to making fun of Vanda, and there were times when Peggy was making fun of Vanda, she felt as uncomfortable as Vanda must be feeling. So she was not altogether equal to making fun of you know Vanda, but that she was an inseparable friend of Peggy. Sometimes just because someone is your fast friend, you don't have to assist them in every bad or every wrong they do. It is the duty at the same time of a true friend to get back on the track a distracted friend. Yes, if they are distracted or inclined towards the wrong things, you should not assist them. You should rather maintain a distance from them and you should teach them a lesson. You should counsel them instead of helping them out. Don't be the partner in crime, because two wrongs don't make a right. But this is how Maddie was, at least. She was too weak and suppressed. She could not gather her nerves, she could not summon up her nerves and gather courage to tell all this to Peggy. She was somewhere subdued and under the influence of Peggy. Maybe she was economically very strong and she had a great deal of possessions. So, not that she felt sorry for Wanda exactly. She would never have paid any attention to Wanda if Peggy hadn't invented the dresses game. Now she feels, and this is how she tries to convince herself that she has not done any wrong. It is Peggy who had done it all. It is Peggy who had started all the game, and she would never have troubled or bothered Wanda if Peggy had not started it all. But down the line, in the heart of her hearts, she knew that she's been very cruel to the girl Wanda, and she should not be. She shouldn't have been. But suppose Peggy and all the others started in on her the next. Now, another apprehension she had was if not Wanda, they would pick up somebody else, and she could be that somebody else. That was another reason why she joined Peggy in making fun of Wanda. She wasn't as poor as Wanda, but she was still poor, and of course, she would have more sense than to say she had 100 dresses. And she felt that even if she is poor, she is not such a nonsense to say, to claim that she has 100 dresses when she is poor. Still, she would not like for them to begin on her at any cost. She doesn't want to be the next target. She wished Peggy would stop teasing Wanda Petronsky, but inside her heart, she felt really bad for the girl and she wanted Peggy to stop teasing her. Now, there are some oral comprehension check questions. Let me quickly read those questions out. I'll not answer those questions now as I've already answered to all the questions given here. In what way was Vanda different from the other children? Yes, you can easily answer it. There were a lot of ways, though she was not different from other children, but the question should have been in what way did Peggy and Madeline and other children they found Vanda to be different? Did Vanda have 100 dresses? Now, this is not known till now. Why do you think she said she did have 100 dresses? Now, this is to be known. This is we will come to know only after reading the remaining part of the chapter. Why is Maddie embarrassed by the questions Peggy asks Wanda? Now, this is what we have just discussed in detail. Is she also like Wanda or is she different? In a way, she is same, and on some grounds, she is slightly different. Today, even though they had been late to school, Maddie was glad she had not had to make fun of Wanda. Maggie was happy that at least today this way, just because she is absent, at least they did not have to make fun of Wanda, which she did not like at all. She worked her arithmetic problems absent-mindedly. She was busy with her mathematic calculations. She was doing her mathematics work. 8 times 8, let's see, this is how she was calculating. She wished she had the nerve to write Peggy a note. Now she had decided, half decided you may say, to write a note to Peggy because she knew she would never be able to tell her all these things face to face. She did not have the courage enough. She was bland, right? So she did not have that much courage to speak out rightly to Peggy, and she could not go to her and say, "Hey Peggy, let's stop asking Wanda how many dresses she has." She did not have the courage to say this. When she finished her arithmetic work, she did start a note to. She started writing note to Peggy. Suddenly she stopped and she shuddered out of you know inconvenience, shuddered out of fear. She pictured herself in the schoolyard, but then again the same apprehension, the same fear came propped up in her mind that if they would stop making mock of Wanda, she could be the next target, and this is what she never wanted to happen. She pictured herself in the schoolyard, a new target for Peggy and the girls, and then she stopped writing. because Peggy might ask her where she got that dress, and she knew that she wears hand-me-down clothes, and how embarrassing would it be for her. So having envisaged it all, and that Maddie would have to say it was of Peggy's old ones. The fact of the matter was that those were hand-me-down clothes of Peggy, and Maddie would have to confess it before everybody. And that Maddie's mother, the fact that Maddie's mother had tried to disguise with new trimmings. Disguise means to cover originality, okay, to cheat somebody or to escape the eyes of somebody. So she added some new trimmings to it so that it is not spotted by Peggy and others, that the dress belongs to Peggy and they would not recognize it. So all these thoughts would stop Peggy to write the note further. Now, if only Peggy would decide of her own accord to stop having fun with Wanda. Now that she could not complete the note out of the apprehensions we had just read, she thought it is better if she herself stopped having fun with Wanda. Oh well. Maddie ran her hand through her short blonde hair as though to push the uncomfortable thoughts away. She was feeling literally uncomfortable. So once again, when you experience undefined movement of your hands or body, that means you are nervous. And yes, this is what she was. She was extremely nervous and uncomfortable, thinking about Wanda. What difference did it make? Slowly, Maddie tore into bits the note that she had started writing, falsely convincing herself that it would not matter for her. And she was Peggy's best friend, and she once again conciliated herself, reconciled, and decided to stay with Peggy in everything she did. And Peggy was the best liked girl in the whole room, and she wanted to stay close to Peggy, to gain that popularity in a way you may say. Peggy could not possibly do anything that was really wrong, she thought. Another way she convinced herself was Peggy was not bad at heart, so if she is doing something, that must be right, because she would not support any wrong. So it's time, dear students. Let me flash on the screen before we part for today. Now, I hope you are even more concerned about Vanda and you are curious to know what happens next. So to find all these things, stay connected to the videos. Stay tuned. I'll cover the remaining part of the story in another video tomorrow. Thank you and have a nice day for joining me here. See you tomorrow.